So all these people standing here are homeless. Shannon Devereaux, Maxwell Yardley, all homeless. Over on my soccer field, also a bunch of homeless people. These are exercising homeless people, and they're all just sitting around doing absolutely nothing. I just have homeless people galore, and it is a problem. This is a park that I built in the city, and I thought people were now starting to play in parks, but I was wrong. It is also a bunch of homeless people. Well, there's one person that is not homeless at least, but the rest are all homeless. Everybody, the city is suffering. Well, my region is suffering. Now, all of this was not a problem until the release of Economies 2.0 and the Detailers patch. And since then, I have noticed a number of things that have started going wrong in my city. Firstly, people just seem to get sick all over the place. And then, the most important thing is, look at my unemployment rate. It has skyrocketed. Now, up until the release of those two updates, I was sitting at an unemployment rate of about 20%, which was high. It's something that I was planning on addressing with industrial and everything. But now it has completely skyrocketed. So in the last live stream that we had, where we were expanding on this city, we built all of this office park where we created quite a number of new jobs. Well, it doesn't show up here, it's all in here. But we created about 2,000 new jobs. The consequences of creating those 2,000 new jobs was that my unemployment rate went from 20 and just kept on skyrocketing. The more jobs we created, the more the unemployment rate went up and the more employed people went down. We started with unemployed people of 15,000 and now they are down to 12,000. Now, somebody pointed out that they think that there is a slight bug or there is an issue whereby when we created new jobs, people from the outside world will come and they will take those jobs. So the new jobs would not go to the people that are local. And now our local people who are unemployed, when we created new jobs, they did not get those jobs, they just remained homeless. And the homeless people did not go anywhere either. They just kept on piling up everywhere. So now I had this problem where as I try and create jobs, it got taken out by, well, it seemingly got taken out by somebody else because my unemployment rate just kept on going up. So what I've done is I've cut off all the outside connections. So this city is currently completely self-sustaining. And I want to try and create a ton of jobs in the city to try and see if we can help bring that unemployment rate down. From time to time, I have all these random people just fall sick, like a whole bunch of people fall sick, and then they all die, and then they all get collected, which it's not good. It's not nice. So to address that, I did a couple of things. Firstly, I cleared out all industry, well, mostly around this area, that's sat by the water pumping stations so as to ensure that the land stays as clean as possible. So this place is now clearing all out. Although there's no water pollution, the suspicion is that having any form of industry close to where the water pumping stations are might be impacting it. And that is why, potentially, why people are falling sick, because we're getting dirty, contaminated water getting in. Another thing that crossed my mind as well is this industrial area that we've built up over here. Now, if you look at the air pollution, that's not air pollution, air pollution. All of this is blowing out in that direction. So I would not have expected it to affect the city, but it just might be affecting the city. So I plan on removing all of this industry and shifting it out over onto this side where it will blow out directly into the ocean, and we'll probably have a little bit of industry over on this side, knowing that it will also blow out into the ocean and none of it will affect the city. So that is the plan. That's what I want to do. But before I do that, what I want to do or start off with is I want to extend this area to have a couple of farmlands so that our city will produce goods locally. So what I've done is I've put down a college over here, which is basically at capacity now because yeah, it's at capacity, just to try and see if we can get a couple of people educated, so get some higher education in, and then we're gonna set up farms, industry, and all kinds of stuff, just to try and create a few more jobs and see if we can address this unemployment rate a little bit better. And then once we can get that to go down a bit more, then I'll reconnect up everything to the outside world. So today it's about problem fixing, at least as much as we can, and then yeah, let's see if we can get the city properly functional. Alright, so I think this is going to be the first of my massive farmlands that will be expanded into this area or in the region. As you can see, there's all the sick people that I mentioned about. Like, I genuinely don't know what is happening. Actually, in fact, if I look at it, look at the health of my citizens is actually not that good. It's like 57%. And I don't understand it, because I would like to think I've got enough clinics covering pretty much everywhere. So the only other logical explanation must be that this industry is spewing a lot of fog or whatever, and these areas are busy sucking in a lot of dirty water. So I've got industry here. So let me just de-zone all of these and convert them into offices quickly, and then we will move on. Okay, so whilst those grow, we should have no industry in this area. So that's where our water pumping station is. And we've got water pumping stations over here as well, but I've got a couple of industries here, which I want to get rid of as well. So we'll get rid of that. We'll get rid of that. And I think it's just these two. And then with these, we'll convert these ones also into offices. So this way we are at least creating jobs whilst getting rid of all of this stuff, which is not too bad. And hopefully there won't be any more pollution problems, at least at the water ingest. What I'm not sure about is if this is too close to that. But when I look at the water pollution, there's nothing. Ground pollution is over here. I don't know if it's seeping underground into this area, but the ground pollution here is pretty alright, and the ground pollution here is also pretty alright, although this one is sitting here. Let me know in the comments if these water treatment stations, the wastewater treatment plants, are too close to the pumping stations, if they are affecting it. But again, up until the patch, I had not experienced or any of this stuff. But with the way people are getting sick, it is honestly, it is out of this world. So what I want to do now is I want to try and start creating jobs. So we've got our unemployment down at least a little bit to 48%. I'm going to set up a massive industrial zone over on this side with the aim of, if I can create at least 10-15,000 jobs to supply the city, that will be great. And I'm hoping that once I do that, the unemployment rate should go down. Hopefully, a lot of these people who are also getting sick is just the unemployed because they can't afford medical health care. I don't know, but I'm just going to go ahead. We're going to build out massive industry here, and hopefully a lot of my problems might get resolved. Let's see how it all goes, everybody. Let's see how it all goes. All right, so I've shaped up a whole bunch of stuff around here with the aim to put quite a ton of industry. I figured I'm gonna extend the industry out over onto this side as well. So I want the two to sort of face each other, and we've got a narrow corridor in which the ships flow through. And then I also figured I would leave a couple of natural areas in places like this. So the idea is that in areas like here, we'll just go ahead and put down a couple of, let me turn off Anarchy, just some trees in and around this area, just so that the place is not too barren. We have places with some greenery and stuff because, you know, I just like greenery. And then we'll put like stones and that boulders to form like a retaining wall underneath it all. Over here, I see the two industrial buildings that I put down got abandoned, and they got abandoned pretty much immediately. I have no idea why. And this worries me a bit because now I'm concerned if I put down or build a whole bunch of industry here, it's all going to just get abandoned, and that just worries me, but we'll have to wait and see. The unemployment rate is going down slowly, but surely it's nothing wow. But I'm hoping that once we start creating jobs, it will all come together. I'm fingers are really crossed for this one because I honestly have no idea what is going to happen once we start zoning all of this area, if things are going to work out well or not. We're gonna have to see. I need to figure out how I'm going to connect up this, what's this thing, this tram line. I'm not 100% sure about it anymore. I need to figure out a way to cut it through all of this area that we busy shaping up over here, and it's pretty chaotic. It's pretty unorganized. I feel like this is very unlike me, but you know what? Every now and then you need to have some chaos, right? You need to have some chaos. So yeah, if I don't like it, at some point in the future I will change it, but for now it's going to stay. Let us bring the railway station all the way out to this point. So we're gonna plonk down one of these new ones. So this is the single track. I think it's the big medium sized one, and then you've got a regular one. Yeah, so we'll put a medium sized train station over here. And okay, I see it's got a nice path over as well. Great, so we can connect it up on the other side. And then I just need to, I think if I get rid of these two, then I should be able to bring out the railway line all the way up to maybe at about there somewhere, and then just connect it all up over on to, where's the line? Where's the line? There's the line on the side. Cool. So now we can, with that there, we can go ahead and extend this line. Is this the passenger? Yes. We can extend this line out to over on that side. So let's drag this one out to over on this side, maybe over here rather, and then back on this side I should be able to give it a stop. Ooh, look at that, it's running on the same line, which is, it's just the weirdest thing. I don't know why I keep getting my lines confused, and I think that should be better. Okay, but then this one is also a 2 lane, so let's convert that one as well, and then I should have a stop for you over on, oh no, oh gosh, I need to fix that. All right, they connected up, so now they've got, what is happening? Okay, cool. So now I've got 2 stops here. It goes all the way out to this side and it comes back this way, and this line now connects from the industrial to the core of the city. It's gonna go through that station and then make its way all the way to that side, and then when we set up the local line that's going to be running down this way, it will also connect up to this side, and then we'll probably make it stop on the other side, and then we'll see how that goes. And I should hope that with this here like this, if I put a road over on this side, there will be a connection to it. I really hope so, because if the station only connects on one side, honestly, it just does not make any sense. And unfortunately, I don't see any of the paths and nothing. Anyways, okay, cool. So we have that connected. Another thing I've also noticed already is I'm actually not a fan of this space. So I'm going to get rid of this over on this side, and I'm going to convert this area into land more than anything else. And then we will zone out industry and all kinds of other stuff in and around this place when we get around to it. So over here, we're just gonna flatten out all of this land like so, and then we will definitely build over here, but I think I want to leave this place more natural than a place that's shaped up with keys and stuff. So we only have this corner and that corner that has all of the keys. I might even get rid of this, I will see, but I think this for me will sit a little bit better with me. And then yeah, I think we are ready to start building. Okay, so I think let me take a pause now. I've been building for quite a while and I am trying to get the density back up. I am seeing things still going crazy over there, but that's okay. So we've built out quite a lot in terms of this industrial area. It doesn't seem like a lot, but I've been building for hours now. And I'm trying to start increasing the height a little bit, trying to start sticking in some of these bigger buildings that generally should create higher, more jobs. And also trying to get in a couple of these high density commercials, which also again are going to create a few more jobs all over the place. And yeah, that's the plan. I want to try and get those to line up properly. There we go. Okay, so where are we? We are now at 33% job creation, unemployment rate. So we've gone from 50 something percent down to 33%, which is a good improvement. It's like a 60% improvement, give or take. So that is awesome. And overall, what I'm noticing is the number of people still moving in is extremely, extremely high, even though I've cut the entire city off of the external world. So I don't understand where moving in is coming from. I get birth rate is happening, cool, all well and good. The death rate outweighs the birth rate, so I expected the population to be dropping a bit and thereby making more jobs available, but it doesn't look like that is the case. But our jobs have gone up. We've now got 22,000 jobs, which is a trend in the right direction. And I think overall, what am I saying? The overall city state is improving. I want to try and address this sick people issue that I have. And I noticed that it is quite a detractor on my happiness, even though everybody is happy. I see that I'm pretty sure I had seen over here that unreliable healthcare was, there we go. Unreliable healthcare is at -2. So what I want to do is that I want to try and get a little bit more healthcare coverage around the city. As you can see, everything is like orange. Nothing is green. So I had wanted to put in more clinics, but it doesn't look like that is going to suffice. I am going to put down a hospital now. It's not something that I had wanted to put down in this build, but it doesn't look like I can get away with it because I'll just plonk it down. I mean, this building is really, really bright. That's the one thing for me that is a really, really sore point to this building. It's really, really bright. I'm not a fan. With that, I'm hoping that that is going to help improve the overall health situation around the region. I'm going to go ahead and give it all of its upgrades. So we're going to put in the heli and a trauma center as well. And then we're going to monitor how this is going to affect the overall area. And I'm hoping that should help with the health coverage a little bit more. When I look at every place, I've got a clinic pretty much in every single spot. Every road is green, but my people are not very, very healthy. I see I don't have a lot of crematorium coverage either. Now, I've got, I think, 3 crematoriums. I am completely confused. So I've got a crematorium here that is, it's processing 167 over 150. Well, okay then. So that's at capacity. I've got another one here that is processing 0 bodies per month. So I don't know what it's complaining about in terms of crematorium availability, but to satisfy it, we're going to put down a crematorium somewhere where hopefully it can help with the overall balance of things. Now the question is, where do I place it? All right, I think I'll place it down over here just outside of Old Mills Town. So we plonk that one over there. And what is this? Additional incinerators. So let's give it that additional incinerator and maybe an extra 2 hearses garages. So that should hopefully add a little bit more to the capacity of the region. At some point, I'll place one down somewhere in this area, but I'll have to figure out exactly where I'm going to do that. Another thing is, I see my college is also at capacity. I placed one down here in the corner. I'm going to place another one down somewhere around this area. I notice here that it fits like almost perfectly between the railway line and this road. If I turn on Anarchy, I should be able to place it. Oh, but it overlaps. It overlaps just a little bit. Let's just see what that looks like. That's not too bad. That's not too bad, people. I'm going to leave it. I'm actually going to leave this. I'm happy with it sitting that tightly to the railway. I don't think it's the end of the world. And then we can go ahead, give it an upgrade. And then I'll just need to figure out how I detail around it so that, you know, I get the maximum visual benefit, if I should put it like that. We'll put a library there as well, just to cover up the entire place. Okay, so we've tried to make things work a little bit better. All these dead people will get collected. My overall general position is a lot better. We're down to 32%, and we're gonna keep going. In the next episode, hopefully I can get this all the way down to single digits. We'll have to see, but for that to happen, I'm going to have to continue either an expansion on this area or set up the next industrial corridor, which I want to be in this space. My biggest challenge with building out these industrial areas, and it's partly the reason why I neglect it until it is absolutely necessary, is I do not like the way it looks. I have tried my best to make this area look as nice as I possibly can. Let me know what you think, but generally I'm not a big fan, especially trying to avoid all of the smoke and stuff, which, yeah, I'm not a big fan. And I wish we had more big buildings like this that we could place down so that I can get places looking more like this area where you get nice big buildings that can look like warehouses as opposed to these tiny little bit pockets of industry that are just spewing smoke all over the place. Now, the challenge is going to be, how do I blend it all into the city to make it all work nicely together? That is a challenge I'm looking forward to. We're going to work this road around and somehow find a way to connect everything up on the side. But that is a next video problem. Everybody, thank you so much. If you enjoyed seeing me suffer today, leave a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button if you've been here a while and you haven't already. Drop a comment, let me know how you think I can go about also fixing all of the problems that we have in the city with regards to the unemployment, I don't know what is happening. But yeah, if you've got any ideas, drop them in the comments. I'll really appreciate it. Big thanks to all of my patrons and YouTube members for all the extra supports that you continue to choose to show the channel. It is truly appreciated. Enjoy the cinematics, and I shall catch you all in the next one. Cheers!